Cyber Anthropology, an introduction to the study of humanity in the digital age. Content transformed by Dr. Sajjad Haider, sajjadhaider.bio.link. Good morning, class. Welcome to Cyber Anthropology. This course is an exploration of how digital technologies, the internet, mobile devices, social media, artificial intelligence, and virtual worlds are fundamentally reshaping human life, culture, and society. Simply put, cyber anthropology is the study of humankind in the digital age. We will use ethnographic methods and anthropological theory to understand the new social structures, power dynamics, and cultural practices emerging in and around the global network. Defining the field history and development. Cyber anthropology, sometimes referred to as digital or virtual anthropology, emerged in the 1980s and 90s as scholars began observing the first online communities. The field developed by addressing key questions: cyber versus digital versus virtual cultures. Virtual cultures focused on early text-based online worlds, MUDs and MOOs, and the formation of identities and communities inside the screen. Cyber anthropology, a broader term, originally addressed the intersection of humans and cybernetics, control and communication systems. Digital anthropology is the current preferred term, encompassing all aspects of information and communication technologies, ICTs, especially how they are integrated into and transform physical or post-digital life. The discipline moved away from studying life online as separate from real life to examining the post-digital condition, the messy, inseparable entanglement of the physical and the digital. 2. The foundational shift, network society and control. The rise of the global network marks a fundamental sociological shift. The rise of the network society. The term network society, popularized by Manuel Castells, describes a social structure based on microelectronics-based information networks. Power in this society is not held by a central institution but is exercised through the architecture of the network itself, influencing who can communicate, what information flows, and who is excluded. Societies of control and surveillance. Following the shift from Michel Foucault's disciplinary societies, characterized by physical institutions like prisons and factories, to Gilles Deleuze's societies of control, we see power becoming immanent and distributed. Surveillance. This is no longer just state spying, it is a pervasive system of data collection, categorization, and behavior modification. State and corporate surveillance. Governments, for example mass data collection, and corporations, for example targeted advertising, work together, often using the same data sets to categorize, monitor, and influence citizens and consumers. Consent. Manufacturing. Tools like social media algorithms and personalized news feeds are used to shape public opinion, generating consent for specific political or commercial agendas. 3. The new economics of digital labor and attention. Digital, immaterial, and free labor. Immaterial labor. This is work that produces an immaterial good, such as knowledge, information, communication, or a relationship. Think of a software engineer, a consultant, or a social media manager. Digital and free labor. This is the uncompensated work users perform every time they interact with a platform. Every like, share, comment, review, and photo uploaded generates data and content that increases the platform's value, effectively turning user activity into free labor for the corporation. The time and attention economy. In an era of information overload, the scarcest resource is human attention. Digital platforms are designed to capture and hold your attention for the longest possible time, often through addictive design. This attention economy directly links your psychological engagement to corporate profit through advertising revenue. Digital capitalism and consumerism. The global network facilitates a new form of digital capitalism, characterized by massive data extraction and hyper-consumerism, fueled by personalized algorithmic advertising. E-commerce and global supply chains are optimized through ICTs, driving a globalized market where transactions are instantaneous and consumer behavior is constantly tracked and predicted. 5. New dimensions of digital life. Governance and politics. Cyber democracy. The internet offers new tools for political participation, organizing, and transparency. However, it also introduces threats like misinformation, polarization, and state-sponsored hacking. E-governance. The delivery of government services, taxation, permits, public information, through digital means, fundamentally changing the relationship between the citizen and the state. Identity and the body. Virtual bodies. In gaming, social media, and virtual reality, people use avatars or curated profiles to construct and perform identities. Cyber anthropology studies how these virtual bodies reflect, distort, and influence our physical identities and social interactions. AI and robotics. The increasing integration of artificial intelligence and autonomous systems into our daily lives raises anthropological questions about agency, work, and the very definition of a person or human. See globalization and ICTs. ICTs, information and communication technologies, are the engine of modern globalization. They enable real-time coordination across vast distances, connecting economies, cultures, and political movements, and creating a truly interconnected globalized world. Throughout this course, we will analyze these interconnected themes to understand the human experience in the 21st century.